I'm just going to come out and say it. I do not like the way the New York Knicks are using Quentin Grimes in this offense. Look, I'll admit it. I was expecting a lot from Quentin Grimes. And while we're only 10 games in, it hasn't been, to say the least, a great start for the third-year guard for the New York Knicks. Look, I came into the season with high hopes for Quentin Grimes, as we all came into the season with high hopes for Quentin Grimes, hoping he would take that next leap. And I'm not saying he's had a terrible start to the season. I mean, the shooting numbers are there. He's shooting 40% from three, 43% from the field. He's one of the Knicks' best defenders, if not one of their best individual defenders. All the analytic stats are there, and I have some analytic numbers that I'll get into later on in this video as well. That'll surprise you guys, so just stay tuned for that. But I was expecting a breakout from Quentin Grimes. The Knicks committed to Quentin Grimes. They didn't trade Quentin Grimes last season. Look, whether you want to place the blame on the New York Knicks or whether you want to place the blame on Quentin Grimes, that's for you to decide. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm placing some blame on the New York Knicks. I'm placing some blame on Quentin Grimes. Once again, you can say I'm overreacting here a little bit. The minutes haven't really been there. He's only hit 30 minutes this year once, and he's only hit double digits in scoring twice. And he's also only shot more than 10 field goal attempts one time this season. Look, I don't understand it. I don't get it. He's one of the best shooters on the team. Just take a look at this stat. Last season, Quentin Grimes' usage rate was 13.4%. This season, it is 10.5% on the New York Knicks. This is Quentin Grimes' shot chart from this year. So clearly, majority of his shots, according to this chart, are three-point shots. And that's great. He's hitting them, right? He's hitting them. He's 40% three-point shooter. He's hitting them at a high rate. This season, 86% of Quentin Grimes' shots are three-point shots. Corner threes, 43% of his shots are corner threes. He just parked in the corner a lot. I'm not seeing any plays drawn up for Quentin Grimes. I'm not seeing any actions for Quentin Grimes. I'm not saying, look, maybe he's not capable of it, but we've seen it before. He's a good playmaker. He has good vision, and I know he can do it. It's just I don't want to see Quentin Grimes continue to be parked up in the corner, is what I'm trying to say. 9 times out of 10, he's parked up in the corner, and the numbers don't lie. And look, they should be right. He's a great three-point shooter. I guess when you have high-usage players like Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes is essentially the odd man out in that front. Look, unless his usage goes up, I feel like we cannot unlock the true Quentin Grimes. Josh Hart has a higher usage than Quentin Grimes. Dante DiVincenzo has a higher usage than Quentin Grimes. And with all of that being said, Quentin Grimes is the second best in terms of effective field goal percentage on the New York Knicks. 61.9%, right behind Isaiah Hartenstein. 87th percentile in the NBA. So let's take a step back. He's one of the Knicks' best three-point shooters on the team. He's one of the Knicks' best defenders on the team. He has the best effective field goal percentage on the team. His usage rate is third worst on the team. And he's only taken 2 mid-range jump shots this year, and he is 5 for 7 on shots around the rim, 4 feet or more. Now, I hate to bore you guys with all of these analytic numbers, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that I feel like there's more in there. What these analytics tell me is that there's more in there with Quentin Grimes. He's such a great shooter. I mean, we've seen it this year, the game versus the Bucks, the game versus Celtics. Look, he's a sniper. Just take a dig at his numbers. Versus Celtics, 11 points, 6 points. Versus the Pelicans, 5. Versus the Cavs, 5 points. Versus the Cavs again, 5 points. Then he had that great showing, 5 of 10 from 3 versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Versus the Clippers, 3 points, 8 points, 6 points, 12 points. And the minutes are just inconsistent as well. When you got guys like Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo, look, we haven't really seen the great Josh Hart that we saw last year, right? He's been inconsistent as well, but he's still getting the minutes and he's still getting the playing time. And I just feel like Quentin Grimes, at the end of the day, I don't see this changing. Unless there's a starting lineup change, unless Tom Thibodeau goes in another direction, the Knicks are already small as is. For people who want to insert Emmanuel Quickley in the starting lineup, it's going to be a defensive nightmare, I think, even though Emmanuel Quickley is a great defender in terms of height. Majority of the blame has to go to Quentin Grimes as well. He has to be more assertive. He has to be less passive. Too many times, too many offensive possessions, he's very passive, not looking for his shot. I mean, let me know in the comments. I mean, don't you guys share the same sentiment? Don't you see that there's more in the tank for Quentin Grimes rather than just parked up in the corner with his hands waiting for a pass that 8 times out of 10 never arrives, and then he's pulled like 6-7 minutes in the first quarter and doesn't enter the game again until like 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. And then at the end of the box score, you're looking at the box score and you're like, Quentin Grimes, 25 minutes. What's going on? Look, maybe with the starting lineup, maybe we just have to come to maybe I just have to come to the conclusion that it just may never happen with Quentin Grimes with this current starting group. Because as I laid out before, when you have Brunson, Barrett, Randall, All those guys need the ball. That's going to leave Quentin Grimes the odd man out. So maybe him personally starting with those guys is just never going to happen unless he's just, chucking up a bunch of shots, which, I mean, at this point, he's one of the best three-point shooters. You might as well, right? Look, 10 games in, like I said, I don't want to overreact too much, but 10 games in is a pretty substantial sample size that we can see what the future holds for Quentin Grimes on this team. And I just hope that it doesn't mean this. I just hope that it doesn't relegate to this. Look, you're going to have Jalen Brunson wanting to get his, Randall wanting to get his, and RJ Barrett, who's been a revelation this season, wanting to get his as well. So maybe this is it for Quentin Grimes. Maybe he's just the spot up three-point shooter. Look, honestly, it's been working, kind of. I mean, the Knicks are 500, and, like I said, in 80% of his shots are threes, and he's actually hit 40% of his three-point shots. It's just that I think personally that there's more left in there. I don't know. Maybe it could just be me and I'm just expecting too much. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Let me know, because, watching these games, I'm just like, I tweeted on the Knicks Nation page on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. I tweeted at that, look, Quentin Grimes needs to be more aggressive. There's not many things to nitpick on this New York Knicks team. Look, we had the Randall struggles and he's starting to turn the corner. RJ Barrett has been great. Brunson's been great all year. So I'm just worried that Quentin Grimes is going to be, this is it. This is going to be it for Quentin Grimes, because I honestly thought he could average 15 points a game this year, and I predicted a breakout, and I'm just not seeing it. I mean, just take a look at the stats. Right now, he's averaging 7.8 points a game, 43% from the field, and a 40% three-point clip, 1 rebound a game, 1 assist, and 0.7 steals in 24 minutes. Hopefully it changes. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is it for Quentin Grimes. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I'm Anthony from Knicks Nation. I'll catch y'all next time. As always, it is Let's Go Knicks. Let's get on a winning streak here. Got to get on a winning streak. Let's go. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.